After powering on the device, you will be directed to the login screen where you provide your username and also your password and just press login. You will be directed to the dashboard or the home screen where you can see some information, but also a couple of shortcuts, for example, to the instrument status, to your internet connection. Coolest feature here, we can switch to the dark mode and back to the light mode, of course. We do have information on the date and time up here, which user is logged in right now, and also the status of the internet connection. So today we are connected via the Ethernet cable. We do have here an info bar that is blue for information, but that can also be orange for a warning or red for in case there is an error. On the left, we do have the menu. We can go to protocols, to reports right here, settings, user management, and the tools. Let's start with the protocols. So here you see we do have Hamilton biologically qualified protocols right here that you can just run without worrying about your biological results. Here we do have our 3 applications. It's templates that you can use for cleanup, size selection, and quick dispense. And we do have custom protocols that we created by ourselves right here. We do have a run history here on that tab that shows us all the recent runs, and we can rerun those recent runs without editing any parameters with the same sample size as executed recently. And we can also here in the Info Plus section use that protocol and transform it into a new protocol. Let's come to the reports. Here's all the reports of our recent runs. We can just select all of them or individual reports and export them to a USB flash drive or to our network. Let's come to the settings. We have a couple of settings. Prior to each run, you have to choose which labware you want to work with. So for example, for the cleanup, you can choose, of course, the source labware. It's always the Microlab PuriFY strips. And the Illusion target labware, you can choose between strips or skirted, semi-skirted, or non-skirted PCR plates. And you can do that for every application. Same for the liquids. Then you can see which external devices are connected, maybe a handheld barcode scanner or a USB flash drive. We can do a couple of basic settings like network settings, date and time, visuals and sounds. On the next page, we do have information, a lot of information on instrument data, but also we do have a run counter, so you can see how many runs have you run. Which number of samples have you run? You can do an import and export. For example, if you want to import some protocols, you can just choose them right here and press the import button. Or of course, you can export protocols that are on the device and that you want to export to the USB device. You can do the same for labware, liquids, and sounds. Of course, we have a help section. We can run software and firmware updates. We can reset to factory settings. And we do have some more general instrument settings as well as backup and restore. If we look at the user management, we see that we are logged in as the admin, so we can adapt the admin role. If we look at the users, we can either create new users or we can adapt existing users. So maybe Nina is going to be degraded to a usual operator instead of the advanced operator, and that's it. We can also, as admin, create new roles and allocate rights to those roles, or we can just switch roles. If we look at the advanced operator right here, we can just select some more rights for the advanced operator, confirm, and it's done already. The last section is the Tools section. Let's have a look at the manual control first. So here we find the instrument status. We will see temperature, but also relative humidity right here on the screen. We do have liquid level monitoring of the buffers, but also of the waste. So every time you start a run, you will need to reload some buffer or empty the waste if it's not enough for the number of samples that you want to run. We can manually operate the drawers, top or bottom drawer. We can also initialize in case we do have some minor issues that can be solved by simple initialization of the device. We have the maintenance protocols right here. For example, we can run a weekly maintenance that is recommended to be run frequently, and the instrument will tell us what to do. We can set the device into a transport mode. That means if you want to store the device for long term, or if you want to ship it for any reason, or you want to simply remove it to another building, it is recommended to use the transport mode that fixates the whole instrument into certain positions so that nothing can go defect. You can run a tear weighing plates protocol if you like, if the weighing plates start to drift, for example. But you can also run a UV decontamination in case you are worried that your dispense head is being contaminated. We have the current issue list right here that informs us about issues, warnings, or errors. So for now, we do have the maintenance that is due since 29 days. Okay for me right now. And we do have the last section, it's the support section, where you can export support packages. So in case you have any issues that you cannot solve by yourself, just export that support package to your USB flash drive or to your network and send it to the Hamilton support, and we are ready to help you. And that was a short demo how easy it is to operate the Microlab PuriFY.